Protect your DNA. BioPQQ can promote formation of new mitochondria. Infowarsstore.com.
This is Ashley Beckford reporting for Infowars.com. I'm here to talk to you about the fact that there seems to be a different set of rules for the elite, or, the globalists, if you want to call them that, versus the rest of us. It was widely reported by MarketWatch yesterday that the DEA was set to reveal long-awaited marijuana decision based on a congressional petition to reschedule marijuana in the Federal Register. This MarketWatch article says that marijuana is currently under Schedule 1, meaning that it has a high potential for abuse. The DEA's response, people were thinking, would allow it to be put into a less restrictive schedule. It would allow more research under continued regulation. They also had the choice to deschedule it, remove it completely from the agency's regulation, or take no action. For the past 20 years, we know that many of the states have legalized medical cannabis using doctors' recommendations instead of prescriptions and providing it through dispensaries. Rescheduling it to Schedule 2 could have actually made it so that it had to be prescribed by an actual physician under, federal DEA laws. At the same time that we were awaiting that decision from the DEA, we saw that the Obama administration had another member who was actually experimenting with cannabis. The headline here says, Malia Obama appears to be smoking pot at Lollapalooza. So Malia Obama was caught with cannabis. She was puffing away, it says, at a cigarette, according to a bystander who says it was cannabis. She went ahead and skipped the DNC to go to Lollapalooza. And even though it was decriminalized, cannabis in the state of Illinois, it's pretty, it's very, I would call it irresponsible for the president's daughter to be there, smoking and, in public and basically in a legal fashion. But I guess it's like father, like daughter, because we know that when President Obama was in college, he claimed that he did many drugs besides cannabis. He also used cocaine. So I'm wondering why Obama now, today, with this headline, DEA, marijuana to remain classified as a dangerous drug in the U.S., I'm wondering why Obama is punishing America for what his daughter made as a mistake. Why is Obama saying, we're going to punish everyone and make sure that we don't reclassify marijuana as a, Schedule 1 drug. We're going to leave it being at the highest level of danger, to the general public. We're not going to recognize all the people across the world, in Israel, in the Netherlands, and other places where they're doing extensive research on cannabis. We're going to ignore all that. We're going to keep it as Schedule 1, although they do say they're going to open the door to further medical research of the drug by expanding the number of agencies that can legally grow marijuana, because currently right now the University of Missouri is the only school that the government allows to grow cannabis. So segueing into that, we have a whole issue right here in Austin with Agenda 21. And this is kind of, related to this because it's all about how, like I said in the start of this, how there's a different set of rules for the elite versus the average person. So they want to ban smoking in patios here in Austin. The article is from the Austin Chronicle, Playback, the return of the Austin smoking ban. A decade after the initial smoking ban, local health group, quote, health group, hopes to stomp out smoking patios. A public health organization is working to amend Austin's smoking ordinance to restrict vaping anywhere smoking is forbidden and prohibit cigarette smoking on patios of restaurants and bars. The initiative comes courtesy of Central Health, a taxpayer-financed hospital district in Travis County. The owner of Hotel Vegas says it will put us out of business. That's a local bar here. People come out to drink, and they like to smoke when they drink. That's nightlife. If we can't let people smoke on our patio, the kids will start doing house shows instead of playing here. So some of the list of the venues here that would be impacted include the Saxon Pub, the White Horse, Mohawk, Empire, Barracuda, Sahara Lounge, and Flamingo Cantina, even Spider House Ballroom. Strange Brew, the list goes on and on. So they're willing to shut down these businesses basically based on, just like they did with Uber and Lyft, which I'm going to show you a video on that. But they're basically ready to shut down all these different businesses just because they think, well, maybe it's not healthy. Oh, this is a public health issue. But really, it's not a public health issue. It's an issue of control. They're saying, Central Health is saying that the amendment isn't about deterring people from smoking, but about protecting the public from secondhand smoke. Let's take a look at the K-View video to see what local people in Austin have been saying about this.
City of Austin Medical Director Philip Huang says he's for Central Health's proposal because it will improve public health, citing that tobacco is the #1 cause of preventable death in Travis County and that there is no safe level of exposure to secondhand smoke.
Tobacco kills more than AIDS, crack, heroin, cocaine, alcohol, car accidents, fire, murder, and suicide combined, and it's entirely preventable.
City data shows only 10% of Austinites smoke, so he thinks the majority of the city will support this ban.
So this local health expert on the city council is talking about how this is a public health issue. And like I said, I don't believe it's an issue of health. It's an issue of control. And the city of Austin, it's a predatory city council where they are actually trying to just take away a lot of the freedoms that people have. For example, it reminds me of when I lived in New York because they wanted to get rid of smoking in cars. And now, and also actually drinking soda too. They wanted to ban large amounts of soda. So now they've actually accelerated to not only wanting to ban you smoking in a car, now they want to ban smoking and cars in general. So we call this, or Alex Jones actually called this the smart city screw job, because here in Austin, we have a situation where Uber and Lyft have been taken out of the city. So bad planning with these smart cities and Agenda 21 has basically got us to a point where we have no parking. You know, we've been able to cancel out, you know, their plan to try to make us live in these smart areas by, you know, creating this technology, Uber and Lyft. And now they've basically chosen the winners and losers here because they say Uber and Lyft wouldn't comply with the laws. But really, I think it's a ploy to get more DWIs. It's $10,000 every time, you know, someone gets pulled over. And we know that those charges had dropped significantly since Uber and Lyft were in town, and now they're back up since they're gone. So it's all about profits and also just increasing globalism and totalitarianism. So let's go to a clip of Joe Biggs, Leanne McAdoo, and Alex Jones discussing this issue.
Joe, you've gone over this. So now it's just going to be outlawed when, or it's just not going to be here?
As of 5 a.m. this morning, Uber and Lyft are gone. You can no longer access it. Apparently, they're trying to negotiate with the city to see what they can figure out. But at the end of the day, it's all about revenue. Austin wants their money. They want to make money off of this. They're not getting the revenue that they got from DWIs as much as they were getting. They
want the drunk drivers out there.
Yeah, I mean, when they put out these ads, like, we want to stop DWIs in Austin. No, they don't.
By the way, that's why they admit that they don't ever even or hardly arrest illegals for drunk driving, because the illegals just walk.
Right.
Yeah.
When they're the ones that have completely gotten rid of all the parking downtown, you can't even find a parking spot. It was their city design.
Yeah, this is the smart city screw job.
And then they're like, well, wait, something.
It's meant to make you take buses. We innovate around it with technology, so they want to screw that over.
So there you have it. The bottom line here is an overreaching local government. And when we go back to KVUE here in Austin, they did a poll on Twitter. 409 people voted. 68% said yes, ban smoking on patios. 32% said no. And that's out of a city that they claim is only 10% smokers. But the bottom line is it's going to shut down a lot of local businesses and change the local character of Austin if this smoking ban passes. And they need to do a referendum rather than taking total control and telling us what to do. But this is a part of the whole Agenda 21 plan. They have right here this article from Kit Daniels on Infowars.com. Agenda 21 developers plan car-free 30-story condo in Austin. So they want you to not be able to drive a car whatsoever. They're forcing you into biking, walking, ride-sharing, and public transportation. This is part of a UN plan. And so if you go on Infowars.com and you check out that article, you'll see exactly how it was developed by Hillary Clinton's husband and how they're going to continue to do this in the future. Stay tuned to Infowars.com for more special reports.
In the past decade, we have witnessed unparalleled scientific discoveries in the area of health. But no one has put together a formula that focuses directly on brain health, nerve growth factors, and optimizing your cellular energy at the same time. DNA Force is one of the most expensive formulas to produce. Some of the ingredients in DNA Force are $12,000 a kilogram. We are using the coveted, patented, only American source of PQQ, CoQ10, and more. You want the best that's out there at the lowest price anywhere? Well, we're bringing you a total win-win. The ultimate value, cutting-edge, trailblazing game changer that also supports the info war. We have produced a limited run of DNA Force, and it will take up to 12 weeks to produce more once we sell out. Secure your DNA Force today at InfoWarsLife.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139.